Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. Like I said before the break, want to get to this story out of Philadelphia. Pretty crazy. Somebody decided to commandeer a sailboat. You're looking at it right there. Let's get the details. We do have Fox 29 Philadelphia's Hank Flynn. He's live for us with those details. Hank, how did all this go down?
Well, Zach, it's a good question. It's hard to think of anything slower that you could steal to try to get away from or get away with, except for maybe a steamroller. But take a look back here behind me. These are the docks down here in Philadelphia. This is Penn's Landing. This is where that sailboat was stolen yesterday afternoon. What we're told by Philadelphia police is that a 28-year-old man stole a sailboat from Pier 5 right here at Penn's Landing. It was about 6:30 last night, Zach. There was a sailing club that had a ton of training activity going on. Some of them were at the docks, some of them on the river, but there was a lot of work happening. And in the middle of all that, this fellow hopped on board a sailboat, fired up the engine, cast the lines aside, and set sail. Somebody dialed 911.
So the Philadelphia Police Marine Unit, as well as the Coast Guard, responded, and within a half hour, they spotted that vessel about 2 miles south of where it was stolen from, and they were able to take the operator of that stolen sailboat into custody. He's a 28-year-old male.
Now, he'll be charged with stealing that boat, Zach, but that's not all. The boat has been returned, but he'll also be charged with illegal possession of the stolen semi-automatic handgun that he had in his possession when police and the U.S. Coast Guard got a hold of him. Now, Zach, what happened was once police and the Coast Guard got a hold of that call, they enjoined the chase, as it were. He was found about 2 miles south of here, down by the Walt Whitman Bridge, a little bit further down. They surrounded him, were able to apprehend him, and they are charging him with stealing the boat and with that stolen handgun as well. But one more thing, Zach, I just spoke with a fellow who is the guy that made the 911 call. He's an avid sailor. He trains with that club. And what he told me, the reason it looked strange was that this fellow jumped on board a 27 or 28-foot sailboat, didn't seem to know what he was doing. He said that he looked homeless. Those are his words. But he also said that the outboard motor, the small outboard motor that a lot of good-sized sailboats have, was not all the way dipped into the water. In other words, the propeller was spinning partly in the water, but it wasn't dipped in so that it could get good propulsion. Even an average, even a beginning sailor would never do that. Those were all red flags to my fellow that I just spoke with who called 911, and the guy was caught. So all's well that ends well, and the sailboat has been returned, and he is facing charges. Zach?
All right, turned out okay there at the end, but we might see this guy on America's Dumbest Criminals or something like that at some point. Very well could be possible. Hank Flynn, Fox 29 Philadelphia. Hank, thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it.